Okay, next in this video, we have the heart chakra. And if we're moving up from the bottom, so far we've done the root, the sacral, which is below the belly button, the solar plexus above the belly button, and then the heart chakra is right in the middle of the chest. And the phrase is I love. The body part is the thymus. And some of the ages for this would be 4.5 years old to 6.5 years old, 17 and 18 years old, 42 to 49 years old. The negative connections with the heart chakra would be sadness, grief, guilt, disappointments, hurts, jealous, withholding love from self or others, and depression. The positive for the heart chakra would be love, emotional, peace, forgiveness, compassion for self and for others. The body connections is heart, lower lungs, skin, endocrine system, hands, and circulatory. Another phrase is to love instead of I love. It's an air element and it's a feminine energy, the yin. It's also known as the Anahata and is located at the heart. The heart chakra helps a person to connect with unconditional love and unconditional acceptance. The heart chakra is focused on building happy, healthy relationships with your family, friends, coworker, and romantic partner. When aligned, you can express your love for others and receive love without fear or denial. Additionally, this chakra promotes forgiveness and emotional stability. When you are emotionally wounded by the ones you love, the heart chakra gives you the power to release any negative feelings and move on. Heartache is unmet expectations and a guide back home to yourself. Having a gratitude practice helps keep the heart balanced. Just another little note here with heartache or heartbreak is to really just take a look at, where maybe did you feel that your needs were not met, or was there some betrayal either of self or you felt betrayed by the other person, and process and clear those emotions, because if you do not clear them and you're not able to name them, then what happens is it starts to form bitterness within. It can also create a martyrdom kind of behavior or attitude where no one loves you, what's the point, right? It's just, can be a negative sort of spin on relationships and love if you've had negative experiences in the past, or if your family wasn't able to show you an unconditional way of accepting you or loving you. So just be mindful of how you view others and yourself, and clear out any of the old cobwebs or any of the old emotions that aren't resonating anymore or would be leaving you in a little bit of a negative kind of energy or feeling. Okay, carrying on. The heart chakra allows you to let go of dysfunctional relationship patterns or codependency that no longer serves your present self. All relationships are a learn or a lesson. When we look at others who trigger us and we see them from their 3 to 5 year old self and where they learned their patterns, we can move into more compassion for the situation or for them. And even eventually, if you can come to a place of gratitude, then you've moved through all of the triggering kind of emotions. When we're triggered, first we might feel shame or anger or pain. And then if you can move into curiosity and looking at, okay, why did that thing happen? And maybe looking at them from their skill level and what they witnessed growing up. If they grew up in a home where anyone was emotionally unavailable, then that's the skill that they learned. They don't know how to communicate until they learn some more skills. Or you can gently say, I would love to have more of a deeper conversation or connection with you. Can we practice having conversations where someone doesn't get upset, or someone, we're not freaking out, that we can both come to the table that my perspective is true, your perspective is true, and we're just looking for, why is there a miscommunication, to be able to have that open, conscious kind of conversation where nobody's running. There's no abandonment. There is no rejection. It's two people who are saying, okay, this is uncomfortable, but let's talk about it. And then, so it would be compassion is the one level, and then gratitude for the thing happening, whether, there was some infidelity, or they broke your trust, or, you were not in full integrity, or they were not in full integrity. Every experience is to happen, or happens to show us something. Okay, so being able to look at it from a place of why did that happen? It usually helps to make things feel a little bit lighter. Not bypassing is very important when you're looking at processing emotions. The thing happened. Yes, we honor it. We honor younger you. And so if there is any remnants of emotions, or you just feel closed off, it could be that not necessarily you feel negative emotions, but maybe you have a very high level of discernment, or you won't let people in, or you won't ask for help, or whatever it is, because you feel jaded from the past. Have a look at those emotions, because then you're not able to receive necessarily in all the ways that you want to receive. So we are not bypassing, but we are upgrading our own coping methods and seeing them as their higher self, soul self, the other person. Okay, see them as their higher self. And your triggers are your mess enders. What are they teaching you? So if you look at a trigger, think of one trigger, and if you switch the question to why is this happening for me, the energy really shifts. Instead of, why did this happen to me? It really gives you a different perspective of what's happening. There's no more blame. The etymology of the word blame is to be lame. So we are owning our own situation, our own feelings, own why the situation is in your awareness. It is helping you grow on a soul or a value level, right? Are you up leveling values? Are you there's usually a lesson in it somehow. And often the things that happen to us are our training ground for the things that we're here for. So for me, I'm here for passion, right? In human design. So for passion, then definitely I grew up in, I'll just say, a childhood home, a marriage home where I felt very shy and I didn't know how to express myself authentically or express my passions, because there were so many rules, or, just different things going on. And so that was my training ground to be the opposite of what I've come here for, right? So even just think about yourself, or maybe your vision or your goal for your life and your future and what you want. More than likely, that vision has come from something you didn't have or didn't receive. And so you needed to go through that situation. So it gives us an opportunity to look at things, or take hindsight, taking a look back and go, oh, okay, I understand why I've gone through some of those things. The powerful heart chakra also permits us to feel our emotions to the fullest without holding back. When this chakra is balanced, it permits you to let go of your fear so you can laugh, cry, and love with your whole heart. When we cry or share vulnerable emotions, we give others permission to do the same, to be authentic and radically honest. You can share emotions telepathically if it helps, until you have more inner strength to say the difficult things. So that could be that you are talking to someone else and you're sharing from your heart of what it is that you really want to say. Ho'oponopono is a really beautiful prayer too. In any situation or for any person, there's four things that, four parts of the Ho'oponopono Hawaiian prayer. And the first one is, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you, and I love you. So you can do that for yourself, for decisions you've made, for, younger versions of yourself, your parents, exes, your children, grandparents, whoever it is in your life that maybe, was someone that was a difficult trigger kind of person. Then saying those things, actually, it's for you. It's to help give you that peace from within. It's not for anyone else. And even having a look at your higher self, or 10 years older than you. I love doing this exercise. Imagine a trigger and then bring in 10-year older you and say the same prayer, right? I'm sorry. Please forgive me. thank you, and I love you, usually what happens is that a message will come in from your higher self or your older self of you're doing great or keep going or you're so brave or something like that. Okay, so that's just a fun little exercise you can do to help move different emotions or hard things that have happened to you. Everybody is always doing the best that they can with the skills or the tools that they have, even in abuse situations, right? You are a match to it for some reason. I'm not saying that there's any blame in that. Most often, that there's a lot of innocence in what has happened, but look at it, take a step back. Is there, a similar kind of thing that went on in your lineage and you're one of the cycle breakers? And it's gotta have a connection somehow. I guess that's just my brain trying to rationalize hard things or deep heavy things that happen. Is when we take a step back, then usually we can figure out it's connected to an old pattern we have or a feeling of not being worthy or people take advantage of us or something along that line, that it's a frequency often in a belief. And every situation is different. So you just have to look at it with what resonates or feels good for you. Green is the color of the chakra for the heart and is often affiliated with life and growth. The higher heart chakra is just above the heart chakra. So it's just on the higher chest or in the middle of the chest there, and is associated with your higher self and rose quartz crystal. Okay, higher love. And the rose quartz crystal is a popular gift for loved ones. And there's a picture at the bottom of this page for the rose quartz. Some imbalance symptoms when your heart chakra has an imbalance is the inability to love and be loved. You may have had a hard time expressing your love for others. If someone tells you that they love you, you might not believe them. This is where I think it's important to really be honest in our conversations with loved ones. And you may have, been in a relationship with someone for a long time and you realize you have an old hurt or there's some part of the relationship that you're ready to grow through, and it's bringing up the uncomfortable conversation, with your loved one so that you can go deeper into the relationship, or maybe it's time to let go. And the biggest thing is do no harm and be completely honest. We definitely will learn how to be open and honest. This is 2024, so we've got Pluto in Aquarius for the next 20 years, and anything that's hiding is going to come out. There will be no secrets. So I would say if there's anything that you need to take care of now, get a start on it, or continue to connect into yourself, stay connected to your soul. Okay, another imbalance would be inability to forgive. If someone hurts you, you may dwell on it and have a hard time letting it go. Old wounds may be reopened easily, preventing you from moving forward. So again, something like that has happened. I'm sorry that that's happened, but have a look at why did this happen? Why was I a connection to that? There's something there for us to learn or to grow through. Sometimes it's not to judge others. That's sometimes the lesson, right? If you can stay curious, like, I wonder why the heck would that person do that thing, right? Instead of judging them for it, it lightens it a little bit there. And you can use another part of your brain to rationalize or to have a look at it to see, oh man, why was I a match to that? Next are overly codependent and jealous. That could be a thing. If you have an imbalance in the heart chakra, you might feel insecure in your relationship with friends or significant others, which makes you too clingy and envious of others who receive their attention. Could also be a part of what you've come to learn in your birth chart too, of how to not be codependent, how to be interdependent. So we've got codependency on one side where someone's very clingy. You've got independent on the opposite end of the spectrum, and that is someone who is avoidant. And what we're doing is we're learning how to come into the middle, interdependence, where you're okay to be alone. No one's abandoning you or rejecting you. And you're also okay to be with someone else. Okay, so interdependence is the goal, or secure attachment. Isolated from the ones you love can be another part of that there. Sometimes an unbalanced heart chakra makes you feel as though no one cares about you, which can cause you to withdraw from your friends and family since you don't think your presence matters to them anyhow. Be careful, because that is part of a root pattern of what you grew up feeling or how the world interacted with you. You're going to look, it's like the lens of the glasses, right? You're going to look at the world through the lens of what you believe about the world based on your childhood, and how the world treated you back then is probably a pact that you created with yourself until you have the awareness to go, oh, okay, no, it isn't true. They're not, avoiding me or not considering me. That's my expectation, is that people don't consider me. I need to change. I need to change the way that I view the world or what I expect from people. And I also need to be safe to ask for what I want. Right? Hey, I've realized we haven't been hanging out a lot, or I miss you. We haven't seen each other for a little bit. Do you mind if we spend some time together on Saturday? Right? It's being able to ask for what you want, not projecting or assuming that other people are going to know. That's for us, and it's for us to own and saying, hey, here I am. These are the needs that I have. I don't want this anymore, or I would like this. Or, hey, do you think that we could try this? It's just you being able to be your authentic self and to feel safe to ask for the things that you want, or to share, what else you're seeing with other people. Heart-related health problems. These may include high or low blood pressure, heart attack, stroke, heart disease, and more. In German New Medicine, what's neat with the heart is it's all connected to territory. So for a woman, her territory or a heart attack can be the inner self, the body. And for a man, it's his outer territory, his family, his house, his job. So it's very interesting when you look at someone who has had any issues with the heart, then, looking at, was there a territory issue that the person solved, and looking at it from that level. Blood pressure has to do with being angry, boiling, like why is your blood boiling? Or a connection to worthiness, because the blood is connected to self-esteem, okay, and self-worth. Here's some chakra or some crystals here, these beautiful green ones. The color for the heart chakra is green. The element is air. Crystals and gemstones listed for the heart are the emerald, rose quartz, which is the pink for the higher heart, green jade, rhodantite, aventurine, pretonite is another one, which is in the picture there. That's a really beautiful stone for healing, Prehnite. The body connection again here is heart, lower lungs, skin, and endocrine, hands, and circulatory system. And then here's some beautiful foods. Thanking Mama P for finding these beautiful photos for us. The grounding foods are listed here. Green, so even when you think about salad, think about the love of the farmer that, raised it, watered it, made sure that, it was looked after, and then the person who brought it to the grocery store or to the market, and then the person you bought it from, or maybe it's the same person, right? It's just like paying attention to the food and where it's come from, and saying thank you for the food. As you speak into your food or into your drinks, what happens is you change the molecular structure. You're changing it to, you can say love, or, peace, contentment. May this nourish my body. Whatever it is you're saying to the food or beverages is also helping to change the structure of your cells. If you want to look up frequency water, all those sorts of things. There's so much that we have access to help us heal ourselves, which is really amazing. Okay, next, tips for grounding. Imagine a large green emerald heart, or rose quartz heart if you like the pink, that's the higher heart color, around your chest area right now. Okay, so take some deep breaths. Close your eyes if you feel comfortable. Place your hands on your body where you want your own heart energy to flow for support. So let's say you're having, wherever you're having issues in the body, put your hands there. And what we're going to do is you're going to intend from your heart and bring that energy down through your arms, from your hands, and into the body part. And you're just going to send love, saying, thank you, body part. Thank you, symptom, for showing me what's here. and asking your body, is there a message? You can connect to your body in this way. You can move your own emotions and all of that. So take 5 deep breaths and connect to inside, right? To your inner core. If you can breathe in for a count of 4 or 5, that's great. You're opening your lower belly and your diaphragm. You're going to ask your body what it needs. Connect. Imagine the heart growing and covering your whole body, that beautiful green heart energy, or rose quartz, or combine them together if you want. And just imagine that beautiful energy moving over your whole body. I have goosebumps. And then, connect to your whole room that you're in and spread that love and that energy through the whole room, to your loved ones, your whole house, to your neighbors, to any extended loved ones, to your street, to your city, to your country, and to the world. You're just sharing that love. Okay, it's really beautiful, and it helps to raise the frequency of the planet as well. Another visualization that you can do if your eyes are still closed here is picture a beautiful green or pink light pulsating over your heart chakra. Okay, maybe you see the colors, which would be really cool. Then, those are your clairs that are activating. We are all intuitive. We just have not been taught. And then increase that green or pink energy around you and imagine you're just bubbled in your own love energy from your heart. Take some deep breaths here. I hope you feel something. I hope you feel tingles. Again, if you're not sure, your brain's just going too quickly, just take some deep breaths, come into your body, and imagine from your heart, you're just expanding your energy, that energy of the green heart chakra, over your whole body. And then send that to a loved one. What's really neat as a fun way to play a game is to see if they message you after you've sent them that love. Because energy speaks through the ethers. They don't need to be with you. It's just like when you think of someone, let's say you think of John, and then all of a sudden he calls or messages you, and you're like, wow, I was just thinking about you. Same thing goes with negative energy too. They feel it. But usually there's some kind of a connection, because whomever you have talked to or been with or connected, you're still connected somehow on a spiritual level, because we connected in this lifetime. So sending you lots of heart chakra love, and we'll see you in the next video for the throat chakra. Thank you.